Don't really know. She's got a problem with me, hasn't she? Starting shit every bloody day. Not asked anymore, like, to be involved with them. Yeah. The way I see it is this one. Like, you only have to look back on the stream to see who started that yesterday in my chat. Who was it? I was playing my game. So I could see she was stirring. And I'd had enough because in the morning, I woke up. I decided to look back on other channels. And she was starting back then. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't bite to it, didn't bite. But, I draw the line when it comes to having this even more than a few times now. Yeah. And I'm not apologising to her. That's bullshit. She's not getting one. No. No. I think she deserved that stern telling off, to be honest. Like, she's lucky I didn't, like, go even harder, but we'll see. No, I could have told her off the other day. I could have told her off a few days before that one. I could have said something back then. No. Well, who is? When you look at it, really. No, I didn't watch it. I'll tell you what I was doing today. So, obviously, I was doing a few jobs, but I was also watching about the Jay Slater case. And then I went back onto YouTube just to have a little look around, see what the trolls did yesterday, because I know they restreamed us or whatever. And I've seen a lot of shit on what Shaggy's been up to. And he's behind sending the gas people to them. And, you know, he even said on his live stream he phoned them 40 times. That shows you he's the one who made the call. But Kaylee's happy to talk to that. Makes sense. I even said to her yesterday, if that's what you want to do, is hang out with Shagger, that's on you. That's for, you know, that's on you, isn't it? Calling the police on me. For what? What, because I had my opinion? Daft. Do I want to be in an altercation with her? No. And why is she saying, oh, you got to cheat to be in there? Quite frankly, that's fucking rude. Since I never started that argument yesterday anyway. I think she just likes to argue with people. I don't know, just, you know, go back on, like, if you go and have a look on the press live streams on other people's panels she's been on. What I see. irritating me right now. Like, I can't be dealing with it. Good evening. I just genuinely feel like most of them are just setting me up in it. I think definitely. Well, I can't record their live stream because I'm only on my phone at the minute. It's just. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing my own live stream. There's no point, is there? And I want people just to remind yourselves that I never started that argument yesterday. She brought that up. And, you know, she did start that. And then you got all of them sat there, you know, disregarding me getting abused, disregarding me getting all the crap. Oh, yes, okay. It's totally fine if I get abused, but you know, if it's on them, oh, it's hell to pay. You know what I mean? It's okay if Cosmic Kitty's getting it. Oh, it's completely fine. There is so much I can take of that, you know, before I say something. But I'm the bad one, apparently. I'm the one that needs to apologise. Really? Crazy. I'm not going over there. No, I'm sticking on my own channel. No. Let them be the boss of their own channel. That's it. I'm not dealing with it. Don't care if Dan's taking their side. Don't care. I know what I saw. No. Let them all turn. But when they need help, I'm not going to be there. Fact. No. Had enough. Of course. Yeah, that's exactly my point. I don't need them. I don't. Madness. I know. I'm not desperate, actually, for a friend at all. I can deal with it on my own, like I have done. Yeah, I will do that at some point, Mona. I mean, I do have a lot of knowledge and stuff, and I do like to do my research. So where have you all come from? No, you're not blocked, CID. Hello, Ben. I'm glad it's a little bit cooler today. It's still hot, but it's not as bad as yesterday. It's just been a bit overcast, so it's not too bad, which is a relief. Exactly. And you know, for years I've noticed a lot of people do this, right? So they'll have this under their breath or nose, and if they fall out with me, they'll use harsh words like, you know, talking about my weight, fat shaming, or something. When they don't need to talk because they're overweight themselves. So it baffles me. Well, people just do that to get back at someone when, you know, there's other ways. I would have thought people use their imagination or originality to discuss that, right? Yeah, it's been not too bad, but I still feel stuffy in here. Like, although it's cooled down slightly, which I'm relieved about. Like, yeah, it's been very weird experience in the past few months to be completely alone. Normally, I'd have people around, but and it's not that noticeable. And when you're alone, when you're absolutely alone, so alone, right, you're isolated from everyone, and there's no one else to talk to, I suppose, unless you come online and then you see probably Dan up there, like, but Dan is a parrot. He'll just repeat the same things. You don't get another subject. I mean, you do sometimes. I will say that, you know, he does talk sometimes, but not enough. You still feel alone right there, like, because you know that there's nobody to speak to because they're not understanding your thoughts or what you've been through or anything. They're not understanding any of it. They don't see your point of view either. They just go with their own point of view. It's quite weird to be on your own. However, I am getting used to it. I am getting used to it. I mean, if you hadn't noticed, I've been spending time alone. And people might not think that. People might think I've been, uh, you know, scheming or plotting, which I assume the trolls would think, but that's not the case. I've been playing my game. I've been doing my housework. I've just been watching things, what I like, taking interest in, and not really focusing too much on the YouTube aspect of it. It is tough on here. It is. extremely hard. To be a streamer on YouTube is not easy. Even when I used to stream back then, the problems you face are many. There's very few pros. However, that's contradicted to why I've always been on here, but I have one track mind, set mind in my head, and one track mind, and that is a goal that has good intentions. I've always tried to see the best in people. I do try, and that's why a lot of people don't like my approach or don't like me, is because I give people chances. I give people the benefit of the doubt, or I try to understand. But then I notice, really, I shouldn't be focusing on them. I mean, I've been also asked as well by the authorities themselves to just take care of you instead of looking after them. They know that I look after people on here. They know that. They know that I go and talk to them to try and help them. But in their mind, they can see that it's taken a toll on my mental health. Why every time I'm trying to help someone, it's me that suffers, not them. So I am kind of swinging their direction. I understand where they're coming from when they say that. You know, I think you have to just sometimes take a break from people. It's the best way. So initially, I don't have any issue with Monty at all, right? He's trying to deal with it the best way forward. I can see the sense of urgency when he says to try and make up, but at the same time, I can see Kaylee isn't swaying from her opinion anyway. There's no point in me apologising. She's still going to be horrible to me another day. Or another time. I'm not here for any pity thing, like if you think that, that's not true. I'm just expressing my opinion. And stick on my own channel. I know I'm not their mother or keeper, so that's it. Mentally. I know that, but I'm hopeful that, if I just stick on my own channel and do my own thing, I can just relax. Don't mind being on my own channel. Well, the thing is, it's not about having children, is it? I mean, to me, children, you have to be very confident and serious about having children. The way I've see having children, it's a massive responsibility. It's a responsibility you have for life. It is not a one-off thing. You just don't, you can't have them for the sake of. You got to think about their future and how, you know, you'll be able to cope with the financial side of it as well. How what sort of life will they have if you have children? So that's why I chose not to have children, purely based on because I, for one, didn't have a loving partner anyway, and I would not have had children for the sake of. And there's another thing on the financial side. I would not be able to give that child enough, as I'm not in a good position financially. So I always think ahead, right? And I've always thought about ahead with things for life. That's why I don't have children. And with the state of the world it's in right now, I don't think it's a good idea to bring children into the world in this, with the state of the world it's in. That is my honest opinion on why I have not been a mother at all. Not everybody thinks like that. Not everybody thinks like that, especially if you're young. But I've genuinely had those thoughts for a long time. I've got to be realistic. It's not for a selfish reason at all. I do think that it would have been a bad idea to begin with, so that's why I've not bothered about it. And from what I've seen over the course of a few years anyway, a lot of mothers have regretted having children. So, it's not that I wanted an easy life. It's more out of respect, and it's more because, to have children, it's more than a responsibility. It is genuinely giving life, because you are going to dedicate your whole life to those children. I mean, I know people would think, it's common sense, but in a sense, I don't want to bring children into the world with the state of the world it's in. And that's a wild accusation, Crypto, as well. You do realise I care about children more than you think I do. It's disgusting you think that way. You should be ashamed. That's not the truth, is it? I haven't broken any child's arm. Where's your proof? Where's your evidence that I've done that? Sat on the baby's arm. I've never said that, ever, in my life. Where's the evidence I've said that? Put the evidence up there, and I've said that. Listen, I suggest you stop taking hard drugs, right? Because your head's fucked up. And don't tell me you're not taking drugs when you do. Think what you like, but you're wrong. Far from it. Mental. You admitted you've been taking drugs in the past on your live stream. Rise smoking crack. There we go. There we go. Say no more. Crackhead. It's only crackheads who think like you, Rise. All this attention seeking lately hasn't got you anywhere, has it? Do you know, it's so bad. Drugs are bad. I mean, even this Jay Slater case, he's obviously got mixed up with drugs and it's fucking sent him, you know, wild off on a goose chase somewhere. So that's my point. Drugs are bad, right? I don't know how many times I have to tell people, right? It makes you do things that you shouldn't be doing or saying. No. I mean, if you do any more attention seeking stuff, like for instance, you and Marion plotting this crap together, no one's going to listen to any of your shit no more. So if it was a real serious case going on with you, we won't give a shit no more. We don't. We don't give a shit no more about you or Marion. It's dead story now. We know it's been false. We know that you played us, and we know that you've been messing about. But you got a lot of people worked up and a lot of people calling police up as well. For all for your attention seeking fucking plight, which wasn't real to begin with. And then you made up stories about why exactly you was in hospital as well. That's even worse. You are actually a danger to real cases going on. So the genuine people that actually going through this, you're mocking them. You're mocking them. So you fuck yourself up now. You and Marion fuck yourself up. I mean, we're not bothered about you anymore. We don't care if you're in hospital now. We're not bothered. So because it's been false alarm, it wasn't as serious as you made out. Fuck off. I know now that you're a big liar. You and Marion prove you're the biggest liars on the internet. So no one's going to listen to you. If you fall out again, we're not going to listen to your shit. We're not going to listen anymore. Done. Subject over. You're not wasting my time. You're not wasting other people's time now. And you wonder why you get Tam or Fairy knocking on your door. That's brought on yourself because you didn't listen. And you failed to tell the truth. All these times you're going genuine truth, genuine truth, when it isn't genuine truth at all. So fuck off with your lies and telling lies about me as well. I ain't gonna spend time out my day to help you anymore. No chance. Exactly, Ben. Do you know, I knew there was something off about the whole story myself right off the bat, but no one, that people gave her benefit of the doubt, but not me. I smelled a rat. And he's gone live now. He's run away. Ha! He's run away to his hidey hole. Bye bye, Rice. Go and fool someone else. Run off. Hilarious. That's the problem with these crackheads. When they're caught out in a lie, they run off. Oh, yeah, mine are fine. They're actually a lot more well behaved today than they usually are. I think it's the heat. I think it's calmed them down. But just lately they've been good, because when it's not, they're little rats are knocking things off or playing. I think they're just subdued. They're all right at the minute. Oh. So funny. Oscar's responding to me. Come here. Oscar. He's talking to me. Come on then. Well, he's just accusing me of this baby's arm crap. So I said to him, put the proof up, put the evidence out there then if you think I've done that. And then he goes ahead, oh, you said it out your own mouth. I says, well, put the proof up. I've said that then, okay? And nothing. Zero. No. Nothing. Fucking weird. Come up here then. Yeah. Yeah, you're being funny, aren't you? You're not gonna come up. You know what? When you get a slushy like this, they give you cardboard straw, and it goes all soggy. I'll use a spoon instead. You know what? I need to get a slushy maker, or I need to get a grinder to crush up ice, and then I can make a slushy myself. Because I do actually have the syrup anyway. Frosty. Ah, I'm glad they put the machine on. Sometimes they don't. Exactly, it does. So next time Marion has a hissy fit or rise, no one's going to believe their shit anymore. No one. I smelt a rat to begin with myself anyway. It's sad though that for all the people that got duped. Do you know what? I think she should be reported, to be fair. Because this is why police have decided to put a bigger investigation on the actual person accusing people of rape because of people like her who tell lies. It's just bang out of order. Yeah, he's just as bad. I will say that. They're both as bad as each other, aren't they? It's one of the weirdest places in the world, isn't it, at the moment on here? It really is. It's weird. Well, I'm on my own today. Yep. I don't intend to have the others on there. Mm-mm-mm. Feels like it's leaking out the bottom, but it's not. It's nice in cold weather to have. Sorry, cold weather, hot weather to have that. Yeah, it does. Makes your tongue blue, don't it? Mm. You can check for me to see if my tongue is blue. Ready? There you go. Tongue blue. Yeah. I love blue raspberry stuff though. Can't beat it. They always ask if I want the strawberry one. I say or mixed, but because you can have both. Might try the strawberry one next. I might do that tomorrow or something. Have the strawberry one if they do that. But guess what I've got? Right? Guess what I've got? Ta-da! This is the lime one. Makes 3 litres. I've got the blue one as well somewhere. But I'm going to have to check the date on this because I've had it in storage for ages. Yeah, it might be just a bit out of date. Might not be able to use it anyway. So, it says 2001. Oh, I've got the blue one somewhere. I have to look at the date. Yeah, I knew I had it, but I've obviously not touched it. So I was going to make my own stuff. Well, I suppose all I can do is get a bag, like a Ziploc bag, put some ice in it, and then get a rolling pin. Dust, 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 bashy, 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 and then put some of that syrup in. That's the only way without a grinder, because I haven't got a grinder. Otherwise, I'd use that. I'll have to see if I can get some more of that syrup somehow. You know what some people do, which is probably going to be really nice. They put alcohol in it, probably gin in it, gin or vodka in it, and you can have vodka ice stuff. I've had one of them before myself. Someone else made it. Yeah, I used to go fishing years ago. I just haven't bothered lately because I need a rod license and I need permission and buy tickets for wherever I fish. So, and as well as that, I need to really have a look at my equipment that I've already got. Some of it I might not be able to use anyway because it's old and just old. It's not, you know, old stuff. Uh, yeah, I might just throw all that lot out, really. Buy brand new fishing gear. I mean, some of the rods will be okay, but it's um I definitely need new hooks or weights and floats. I used to have loads of them in a box, but I don't know where it all is. I don't even know if I have it all. My dad's been like chucking things out, so he might have chucked it away. Although I know I have the rods, I don't have the other bits of equipment. So I'm not bothered anyway. I just chuck it out and get more. People are always selling their fishing gear, aren't they, on there? But I do like fishing when I do go. I mean, I know I was very good at catching fish anyway. In fact, somebody when I was on the boat, we used to moor up and then I used to fish at the side of the canal or on the boat, one of them. And you know, I'd be getting one I mean, I was getting fish, I was still getting fish, but probably not getting as many bites as I could have been getting, right? And then some lad, actually it wasn't a lad, it was like an older person, came up to me, and I think they were fishing further down the way. And they says, "Oh, how you been getting on with fishing?" I says, "Well, having a few bites here and there, but probably not enough." Anyway, he taught me a few things about, you know, what you need to do really is you need to use a fish bomb, right? You know, ground bait bomb. And he showed me how to mix it up. He got this bowl and he mixed it up, right? And then he used a combination of powders and stuff. I can't quite remember the name of everything that was mixed. There was a few maggots mixed in and other powders and stuff like that. He mixed this in this bowl and he chucks this ball right where I was fishing, and he says, "Just wait 5 minutes and then put your rod in." Right. And then I was catching fish every second. I put the rod in, got one. Put the rod in, got one. I was doing that over and over again. I thought, wow, this is great. This is brilliant. I was I was catching fish all the time. And then I learned, you know, he said, you know, how how do you get on with like putting the hooks on your line. He checked my line for me, and he did other checks for me. He showed me how to position the weights and where to put them and other things, and you know, all of that advice paid off. And then ever since then I've been using that advice, and I got that you know, consistently I was getting fish myself. And one day I was really gutted one day because I caught a big fish, a big one. Unfortunately, I wasn't using the line I was using was a bit was for more fish that was probably just this size, yeah. Whereas the one I was catching was this big. It was huge, this fish I caught, but the line snapped and I couldn't get it. The line snapped, unfortunately, on that. So just shit. So anyway, next time, I mean, I'll be able to. I'm going with biggest perspective, because what I'll do, I need to refresh my memory, and everything else was other things. So I'll just go and watch a few videos and see what best gear to get and everything else. I mean, I know sort of what to get. You see, some canals are quieter than the others, right? It's the canals where a lot of them, it's quite hard to get fish. Sometimes they don't even bite at all. Depends where you're fishing. But I've noticed what they're sneakily doing. The fish, they go under the boats. They like to hide in the shade. You see a lot of them. They go under the boat. Orange spinners. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever used this. I think I have once used one of them. I've always used live bait, and I tell you the best one to use, right? And here's what I use for like brooks or streams. If you're using a brook or stream, there's a special way to catch fish on a stream, because the best way is to use a float but let it go flat. You have to let it be off the floor. You don't put any weights on it so it doesn't sink, right? You just let it float down, because that way you can catch them. But what I use is earthworms. You just dig up some worms, go and find somewhere to dig up some earthworms, and go and put a couple of earthworms on the hook. Trust me, they love them. The chub love them. The chub. Perch and chub love those things. They do. And I got a barbel once. That was a rare one to get, actually. A barbel. And it was pretty rare, and it was quite a big one as well. Like, it looks as similar to a catfish, but it's I put them back. Well, what I do is I get a keep net. So I get a keep net, put them in the keep net. Then I can see how many I've got for that day, and then I just release them. I don't do anything to them. I just release them after. That's what I do. You know what is so funny? What I find hilarious is those fishermen that use the big poles. All I see them catching are small tiddlers. I don't see them catching big ones. I see them catching tiddlers, only this big. Whereas me, I'm getting big ones. I'm getting big ones this size. I'm getting them this size. You know. No, no, they can't be cooked. No, no, not what I do. When you do coarse fishing, no. Anyway, the biggest fish I caught, and I caught this with my bloody hands. Seriously, I caught one with my hands. You wouldn't think that's possible. It is possible. A big one I caught in the brook one day. It was a big chub, and he was huge. He was full size, and he was hanging out under, like you got the stream, and then you've got like hidey places at the side. I could see them all lining up down that side. So what you do is you just pretend to be the water. You just flow with the water, but you go so cautiously. You keep an eye on them, and then you just look, just keep watching, and you make the first step forward, and you watch if they move. And obviously they didn't move because they didn't see me. You have to look a certain direction so they can't see you. So then you go behind them like this. You can see them when you come behind them. You're going upstream now. You're going upstream, and they're on the right hand side underneath. You just move your hands slow like this, just really slow, and then lift and get a good grip of it. God, it was massive. I had my landing net with me as well, just to keep it in the landing net. And I brought it to my friends. I said, "Look what I've got right here." It was huge. You have to be with the river when you catch them, like with your hands. It's different way of fishing. Yeah, I've caught trout before. In fact, trout are the most, those are easiest things to catch because you just have to use bread. You just use bread Don't need live bait, you just need bread and they'll eat it. Especially if you go into the Peak District and they're in there, right? Because they've never seen bread before and they're looking for food all the time. So when they're getting food, they're starving, right? And the best time to fish is probably close to evening, because not really midday, but evening, because that's when they bite. When all the mosquitoes and flies are coming out, that they're all out. I do miss fishing. Yeah, it's about after 6 o'clock in the evening. It's the best time. That's about the best time. That's when it's before dawn anyway. Before evening, sorry. Sunset. What am I on about? It's good to go. Um, I absolutely love fishing. But I mean, that's one of the hobbies I've put off for a long time, just because of the gear I've got. Really, the gear I've got is old and it needs replacing. Mm, I taught a lot of people how to fish with their hands. And then we used to have competitions to see how many we can catch. Even if they're not very big, even if they're small, you can get bullheads easily. Stone loach and bullheads. Oh, gudgeons, roaches, and um, Yeah, yeah, they do actually. Um, they actually use a baiting technique with their hands. The catfish, they like. Because I used to watch all the fishing programs in when I used to watch TV. I used to watch them all. And I remember that guy I was talking about a while back. That guy I said a while back that I couldn't remember his name. I remember now. It was Matt Hayes. Matt Hayes, he was in uh, Med, he was in Milton Keynes. He was the one who lived. Well, he was fishing around there, Milton Keynes. So that is who I used to watch all the time. He was like someone on TV. He might even have a YouTube channel. I don't know. Probably does. I'm trying to remember where that. Yeah, and I used to watch the other one, River Monsters. I used to watch that as well. Catching the ridiculous fish that are like myths or legends or something. And I used to watch that other program with the people that was catching the crabs, and I forgot the name of the bloody thing. Why do you look? You might be able to know it straight away. I'm just trying to think. Them people that was in that treacherous conditions trying to catch crabs. It's a really famous one as well. So I don't know why I can't remember what it's called. You know, I used to watch that as well. What the fuck is it called? I bet you lot are like kicking. I bet you're trying to figure it out yourself. But it used to be on all the time. I've forgotten it. Can't believe I've forgotten the name of it. Yeah, you want your dinner. I'll give you your dinner in a minute. Oh, and talking of fish, they're going to have salmon, aren't you? Uh, oh, let's give us some stuff. Come on then. There you go. Looks like it's dull out there. It's gonna rain. Here, I want to check something. Mind me. Feels like it's going to rain or something. They really need to cut that grass. Yeah, it's a lot nicer, isn't it? With the cooler. I like it when it's cool. Ow. So, Greavesy, I've seen you watching Reform. I've seen you in there. Yeah, I've seen you in their live stream, Reform's live stream. What do you think about the Reform? Trawler Men. Oh, it probably is that. Wait, why is it called that bloody program? I think it's something like that, isn't it? I used to watch them all the time. I used to watch that other program. It's got nothing to do with fishing, but it's to do with mining for gold. Shit, what's it? Oh my goodness. Those people abroad in America, they're looking for gold. Deadliest Catch! Yes! Yes! Yes, Deadliest Catch. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. And the other one I'm thinking of with that young lad that started taking over his grandpa's mining operation, right? And then he became successful. Yeah, yeah. Let's hope they do well. Yeah, I've got high hopes for them. I know there's loads of good things about it. Raising the threshold for, um, instead of 12,750, they're raising it to 20,000, where you start paying tax after that. Definitely a lot of good things. Creating more opportunities for jobs in this country as well. It's good. Getting the fishing back into the UK. The businesses start up and running again in the UK. Yeah, that is too major. Yeah, and they even said did you hear what he said as well? He said, which is what I've been saying on YouTube myself, he said it's a trap to be on universal credit, and people can't get out of it. Genuine people who want to work can't get out of the trap. So they're going to deal with that as well. You see what I mean? That's why I'm voting for them. They get my vote. I can't make sense of anything you say, Faith, so Sucks. No, no, not on Discord. I never will use it at all. Why? I'm just playing my game, but it's offline. Farming simulator, but it's offline, obviously. Just fertilizing the fields. I'll never go on that Discord. I think it's dumb and dangerous to be on there. All of them fields done. It's all fertilised now. Need to check the animals. So they're fine. Chickens are fine. Sheep are fine. Yep. Cows. Got to find a way to use that slurry though, because that's like full up. Could have used it to spray the fields. Horses are fine. Looks like I can go to next month. So we'll put it on another month. Let's see what happens. Times 360. Now I just gotta wait. What I could do is put my little stand here. There we go. And it's on the stand. You can see the factory lights across the river. That's funny. Not sure if it's going to be July when the harvest time is, or August. Let's see. I don't know, that looks like it's still growing in. Yeah, it's still growing. Let's have a look, see if we've got any. Oh, yes. Let's go. Can do more harvesting. Now, is that the oat one? Yes, I need to do this one first. What's it? What is it? Let me see what we've got. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know. What do you want now? You've had your tea. Which one is it I have to do? Not seeing. Just pick one of these then. Go away. Go away. Okay, stay still. Oh, this is going to be a tight turn. Take the head, the head is on the road. Let me put it over here. That's What are you crying about now? What is it?